Hey everyone, welcome to the Near Fall podcast on GardenStateHSWrestling.com. I'm Donald J. Brower. As you can hear, I'm a little worse for wear. No, I'm not Peter Brady going through puberty. No, I'm not a 4-pack-a-day smoker. No, I didn't chew on glass. It's just talking a lot and calling a lot of matches and running around as I caught a little bit of something. So getting over it, obviously, but it's going to be fun. But we should be in the crux of the season here, and people who helped get us here are sponsors. Another horrible transition, but go with it, people. Champion Athlete Sports Nutrition, Dan Warnikoff. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Your body is like your car. You can put all the fancy looks on it. You can do everything you want. You can train it. You need the right fuel. Dan Warnikoff will help you do that. Champion Athletes. Apex Wrestling School, 3 locations in New Jersey, 1 in New York. Damian Logan, Dane Tabano, one of the fastest growing wrestling schools. They have national recognition all over. Apex Wrestling School, the Harrington Companies, Hoffman Landscaping, Harrington Recycling and Demolition, Harrington Construction, the Harrington Companies. Performance Trophies and Medals, conveniently located at 236 South Salem Street in Randolph, right off Route 10. They are honoring achievements one award at a time. And Forum Coffee, redefining the New Jersey coffee experiences. Locations in East Hanover, Livingston, and coming soon to West Orange, Cedar Grove, and Chatham. Now, last week was an interesting week. We got past all the county tournaments. We had a few real good matchups and some real barn burners that we got to check out. I was at the Hanover Park Montville match in the smaller gym, but still a really good match. Hanover Park won 44-23. Again, another really good matchup with between those 2 rival teams. And both teams are kind of getting ready for the postseason. And I think you expect some big things. We'll talk a little bit about them as we're getting close here to sections and everything. I think those 2 teams are going to be well on their way to doing some damage. Then on Wednesday, we were out 3 places. I was at Wayne Valley at Passaic Valley. Wayne Valley clinched the Big North Conference Championship for them in the Independence Division. They won 56-14 over Passaic Valley. Passaic Valley won at least a share of the previous 4. Now Wayne Valley is the champ. Wayne Valley's really been another team since, honestly, right before sections this year, about this time last year. They kicked it on. They were a 7th seed. They won the section. And they're really doing a great job. And I think we expect some big things from them. So I got to see that. Then we were down at Ridge. Ridge handled Kittatinny 64-6. Rough year for Kittatinny, but they're still chugging along, and Ridge seems really poised heading into postseason. But how they got a really bad and deep section they're in, so it's going to be tough for them to repeat and win. They were the Group 4 champion last year. They may not even make it to Wednesday, possibly with how everything's shaping up for the section final. And then the big one, we were on the call down there, and it was a surprise to some of the fans. Surprised to other people, and kind of surprised some of the Wrestling Writers Association how well this went. But North Hunterdon beat Phillipsburg 34-24. I'll tell you what, and I never had an issue with it. I wasn't one of the few, but there was a lot of chatter. And if you go back, there was a lot of chatter when Coach Bell was hired at North Hunterdon. Oh, he's just come off Bergen Catholic. Oh, he's not going to be able to do anything there. He's doing something there. And I'm telling you, they got a lot of kids coming up. I don't want to hear ever again, because there was always a lot of talk when Coach Bell was at Bergen Catholic, and you get some of these parochials. Oh, well, they're not really coach. He is a hell of a coach, and this proves it. So I don't want to hear anybody question Coach Bell's ability. This team has proven it, and I'm really impressed with what they're doing. They should be one of the top seeds in their section. And the next night, I took the trip to a brand new area for us. And people said, oh, you're not going to go by that poll in the beginning of the year. No, I did. So people had submitted early in the year where they want us to go. And this is one of them. St. Joe's Metuchen hosted St. Peter's Prep. St. Peter's Prep won 66-6, but St. Joe's Metuchen had a couple guys who got injured the night before. Didn't have their full lineup. I'm not sure how much of a difference it would have made, but a really good matchup between 2 top 20 teams in the New Jersey Wrestling Writers Association poll. And then at Hackettstown beat Belvedere 52-24. That was a really good pair of matchups on Thursday. Then Friday, another pair of really good matchups. I was there when Seton Hall beat West Essex in West Essex. They took control of the the Super Essex Conference American Division, second place. Caldwell is the overall winner. And I was on the call there with John Kovac. And North Hunterdon, down at North Hunterdon, obviously, we're just talking about them, beat Ridge 35-29. And that wasn't it. That wasn't it at all. On Saturday, I went up to the NJAC girls tournament, got interviewed, filmed highlights and got interviews with every winner. They're posted up there on the site. You'll see them. We just posted them up yesterday. You should be there now. You can see them all. And we had the crew down at Delaware Valley. Delaware Valley wound up winning over Warren Hills 45-22. And they locked up they finished second in their division in the Skylands Conference. Now, rankings this week. I know we didn't have a ton last week because of how everything went with the counties and everything. A lot of changes in the rankings this week. So there were some teams there. You don't see head-to-heads, and you kind of assume how things are going to go. So let's start in the Essex. In the Essex Super Essex Conference, or Essex County, we'll call it. I have Columbia jumping up to number 4 after beating Eastside head-to-head to snag a share of that conference title. It is the, Colonial Division in the Super Essex Conference. So they jump up to number 4, and the rest pretty much play out the same. St. Benedict's Prep 10, Milburn 9, Nutley 8, Cedar Grove 7, Livingston 6, Northeast Side 5, Columbia 4, West Essex 3, Seton Hall 2, Caldwell number 1. Then we're going to head to Passaic. This was interesting for me for Passaic because there's some teams who did very well in the PCT, and I was shocked, and I thought maybe I had some differences and then some head-to-heads. So what I did in there was I wanted to move DePaul up because they finished third in the PCT, but then they wound up losing to West Milford. So that kind of dropped them down to number 10. So it wound up being number 10 DePaul, number 9 West Milford, number 8 Wayne Hills. Manchester moved up by advancing to the finals of the NJIC Conference Championship, something they haven't done in 34 years. So congratulations to Manchester. Lakeland 6, Pompton Lakes 5, Clifton 4, PV 3, PCTI 2, and Wayne Valley number 1. Then you head over to the HWS. This is an interesting one. Not too much shuffling. There were just some teams that I kind of looked at and said, oh, you know what, maybe it's a little better. Obviously, North with their win over Peaburg puts them at number 1. But North 1, Peaburg 2, Del Val 3. I flip-flop Pope John and High Point. So now High Point is 4, Pope John is 5. Still have Kittatinny at 6, Warren Hills at 7. I moved up Hackettstown due to a head-to-head. Hackettstown had, I think it was West Morris. There was a common opponent. So I moved Hackettstown up above Hunterdon Central 9, Sparta number 10. And then in the Morris, still have Del Barton 1, Mount Olive 2, Hanover Park 3, West Morris jumped up to 4, Morris Knolls is at 5. I have Montville at 6. 7 is Roxbury, and then the last 3 are just kind of how I'm feeling and how I have. I have Morristown at number 8. Had a couple bad losses early in the year, but have been wrestling really well. Dover, I have number 9. I originally had Kinnelon, but Kinnelon looked a little rough, and I was kind of trying to decide on number 10. And I looked at overall. And I know they've had a couple bad losses this year early, closer than they should have. I got Mendham number 10. It's just how the feel right now and how it is. And like I said, these are all very subjective, but those are my rankings for the week. And we're going to now we're going to head to our boys and girls rest of the week. I do want to make a mention. I'd be remiss if I didn't say this. As I was compiling for last week, forgot to mention Nick Clayton from High Point last Saturday won his 100th. It was not intentional. He was forgotten. I was just compiling everything. Missed it. My mistake. But Nick Clayton, congratulations for getting your 100th win on the 25th. A couple other people I have for the boys' side. couple hundred win winners, 100 win wrestlers. Del Barty's Jaden James and Mendham's Ray Fonte both got their 100 this week. But I'm going to go with somebody who, if you set a wins record at one of the best schools in the area, you get it. Gavin Hawk. Gavin Hawk is my wrestler week. He talked about consistent, and it's always funny. They always say the silent assassin. Nicest kid you can meet. Doesn't really like to do interviews. One of the nicest kids. You have conversation with everything. Smart as hell. And just could be a jerk if you wanted to, but it's not. It's one of the nicest kids you ever meet. So congratulations, Gavin. You're my wrestler of the week. On the girls' side, we had 2 wrestlers who reached a historic milestone. Shout out to our girls' wrestler of the week, Julia Fangaro, who got her 100th this week. But somebody else at the tournament who got her 100th, who was my wrestler of the week, Vernon senior Caitlin Hart, who got her 100th win. For any girl to get 100 wins, especially with the COVID year and how everything went, for you guys to win your 100th, that's a big accomplishment. And I'm sure for a lot of these girls, they don't get as many matches as the boys. So for you to win your 100, you got to be really good. So congratulations, Caitlin Hart. I'm expecting big things from you this year. And by the way, still looks like the same hair color. Don't try to tell me this, that you dyed your hair the night before. I still think it's dark brown. She'll know what I'm talking about. Now, heading into this week, got some big matchups coming up. Little light schedule. Obviously, teams are trying to see where they're going to Tuesday, where everything's going to fall as they head into sections. They want to rest some guys up. There's not a lot of teams really going at it. There's some other squads looking to pick up matches. Some of the places you can see us this week, we will be at Mendham. The big rivalry match, West Morris will be at Mendham on Tuesday. I'll be on the call there. Wednesday, we'll be at Mount Olive as Montville comes into town. We'll be on the call for the boys there. And then on Friday, we are going to be at Morris Hills, the big rivalry match. It's rivalry week, pretty much. Knowles will come across, take that long, long bus trip to Hills, and be there. So we'll be on the call for that as well. The other big news, like I said, this week is going to be the release of the section matchups. Kind of going over PowerPoints. It looks like we got a really good amount of representation, especially in North 1. Looks like North 1 Group 5 is going to be PCTI as the number 1 seed. North 1 Group 4 is going to be Peaburg or Mount Olive. Excuse me. North 1 Group 3 is going to be Wayne Valley. North 1 Group 2 is going to be High Point. North 1 Group 1 should be Kittatinny. And then North 2 Group 4 should be North Hunterdon. North 2 Group 2 should be Caldwell, and North 2 Group 1 should be Hanover Park as the top seeds. This is due to the in relation to the PowerPoints. And then Central Jersey 1 Group 1 is going to be Del Val, and then non-public is obviously Del Bart. If you don't know, and if you have, the format's the same for this year. The number 1 seed and the number 2 seed are going to host 4 teams, including themselves. They'll wrestle a first round and a semifinal. And then the final will be Wednesday at the higher seeds gym. So, for example, North 1 Group 4, if Phillipsburg and Mount Olive win and move on to Wednesday, due to the PowerPoints, as long as they stay the same, Phillipsburg would host Mount Olive. Then, after you win your section, it'll be North 1, for example, North 1 Group 5, North 2 Group 5, Central Jersey Group 5, South Jersey Group 5. They'll rank those 4 teams by PowerPoints. 2 highest PowerPoint teams will host the 2 lowest, and then they'll wrestle a match. The winners of those matches go to Rutgers on Sunday and to crown a group champion. So we will have those up. Keep an eye on the site. We'll have those up. I think they're going to come in like Tuesday afternoonish. So keep an eye on it, like Tuesday night, usually right around that Mendham match, maybe early, first thing Wednesday. We'll have up who's going where, predictions, etc. For that. We also have some limited sponsorship live stream opportunities. We're going to be, like I said, in addition to what we're doing here, we're going to be looking to do a couple section finals, some districts, some regions, boys and girls. So if you wanted to sponsor your business, we've had a bunch of people reach out so far, especially the last couple of weeks. Send me an email, admin@GardenStateHSWrestling.com, or click on the Your Ad Here logo on any team page, fill out the form, When it comes directly to our email, we get back to you within 24 hours. Same goes for if you're interested in booking us for one of the few opportunities left for live streaming, email at admin@GSHSW.com. We get that with it, it's very limited till, for the rest of the year because obviously with what's going on, but we'll try to fit you in if we can. We're also on all our socials. Follow us on Facebook, GardensHSWrestling.com, on X, GardensHSW, on Instagram, GardensHSWrestling, and YouTube. Like, subscribe, get notified. Excuse me. Get notified down there anytime we go live, anytime we have a podcast. You can follow notifications, leave comments, everything you do. We love the interaction, and it's just really enjoyable. Now, we're going to cut this a little short today. As you can tell, I don't want to, I sound horrible, so I got to go have my warm tea and try to do some stuff to see if I can get ready. But I've said it before, I say again, like, you can see the end goal. It's no longer a marathon. It's a sprint. We're around turn 3. AC's right in the corner. We're running towards it. So jump on the ride. I'm driving this train. Whoop. That was horrible with the voice. It would have been better if I had my full voice. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, better. GardensCityHSWrestling.com is your premier high school wrestling coverage provider of all wrestling, boys and girls. So for Jared, the podcasting legend, I'm Donald J. Brower. We'll see you soon.